Okay, this is a level check for the microphone for the Fox 19 Now live streaming weather show starting at 7:15. It's be with you in less than 1 minute. Got to turn on a couple other things like Roku and some other platforms. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level check, level check, level check. Let's see. The weather computer is up and running, and we're all ready to go. As soon as that clock clicks over to 7:15, I'll be live with you, and we will do this. Let's see. Facebook is okay. Doesn't look like, well, YouTube, you can get it on YouTube, but it's just not going to record. For some reason, we still have the Santa tracker there. So if you watch it on YouTube, it goes to YouTube. It's not recorded, and it actually goes to it twice. One of those is tied up with Santa tracker right now. 7:15. Hi, everybody. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer coming to you from the streaming center at Fox 19 Now. Take a look at our camera at Newport on the Levee. Beautiful look at downtown Cincinnati. Slightly out of focus there, though. Oftentimes at night, autofocus has a little bit of trouble due to the lack of contrast. 45 degrees right now at the International Airport. There's our view from South Fairmont to the southeast, looking over the city. And if we take a look at one more camera, oops, it's going to take a little while for this one to load. There it is. It's our Mount Auburn camera looking northeast out over toward the Norwood area. Now, what you see in the foreground, just on the other side of the interstate, is Walnut Hills. But if you continue right through the center of the screen out that way, you'd end up in the Norwood area. Here's your Christmas Day forecast. Again, we are talking about some pretty wet weather around the tri-state. And most of the wet weather comes in during the evening hours of Christmas Day. We will see some scattered shower activity beginning to develop around the area close to midnight. Most of the models have it in here after midnight. So what we're talking about is overnight rainfall and rainfall for the morning. So again, Merry Christmas to you. This is Christmas Eve. I'm Steve Horstmeyer, Chief Meteorologist here at Fox 19 Now, and we are going to talk everything about weather. We've got to talk about what it looks like through the rest of the year and for people that are doing travel for the holidays. And then we're going to look at a big change in the weather pattern, which is coming during the first week of January, which is about when it usually occurs anyway. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures. These are the current temperatures, or the latest reported. They are reported just before 7 p.m., and so those are the 7 p.m. temperatures. It's down to 36 in Richmond, 39 in Washington Courthouse. Everybody else still in the 40s. Temperatures compared to this time yesterday, a couple degrees, 1 to maybe 4 degrees cooler than normal than yesterday at this time. Geez. Slow down, you'll get it right. But Portsmouth at 2 warmer than it was at this time yesterday. And if you'll take a look off to the north and west, there's plenty of cold air out there. Only 30 right now in Minneapolis. All this stuff is headed like this off to the north and east. So for now, we're going to be drawing weather out of the south and west, and that's going to keep us warmer than normal for a while. And that warmer than normal weather is going to go away during the beginning of next week. And we'll look at this in detail. During the beginning of the new year, we're going to see colder than normal weather begin to take over. Okay, if you look at the lower left corner, the southwest corner of this map, you already see the rainfall. It's not quite to Louisville, so it's more than 100. It's still 130 miles away or so from the Cincinnati area, and that would put it in here after midnight. Probably closer to 1:30 than midnight, and there you see the rainfall that's coming our way for Christmas Day. And we'll look at what the models say about how long it's going to last in just a minute or two, actually right now. So here's what it looks like at 7 p.m. according to the model. By 1:30 a.m., this particular model has the rain beginning to move into the Cincinnati area. You can see it right down here. So Carrollton looks like it'll be the first place to get some rain. Then it'll move into Versailles, Batesville, Owenton. Those are our southwestern most locations. We put that into motion. You see scattered showers overnight into Wednesday morning. Shower activity takes a little bit of a break, and then by 5 p.m. Christmas Day, it's all still fairly light. It becomes much more widespread with most areas getting rainfall. And then this is a change from what it looked like yesterday. Now watch what happens here. The rainfall stays with us, stays pretty widespread. There'll still be some breaks, but by 4 a.m. Thursday, Okay, so that's 26th, the first day of Kwanzaa. We have rainfall fairly widespread. It becomes scattered showers late in the morning, and then by afternoon, I can't rule out a pop-up sprinkly shower, but really most areas stay dry. And look at those temperatures back up into the 50s during the afternoon hours of Thursday. Now, here's a wider view of this, and this is a model which will take us further out in time, take us into the new year. Okay, there's the rainfall that comes in on Christmas. As we head to Thursday, just a few scattered showers in the area. Friday afternoon and evening, though, another area of rainfall, nothing really heavy, but steady rainfall coming our way as we head into Friday evening. Look at that, 6:20 p.m., it looks wet. Scattered showers for Friday night into Saturday morning, and then this is noon on Saturday. Remember, the Bengals play Saturday. 4:30 is game start time, and so it looks like the game will start dry, but it looks like it gets mighty wet during the game. So if you're happening to go to the Bengals game down at Paycor Stadium, what you want to do is make sure that you've got your rain gear on. Temperatures will be in the 50s, so probably 57 as the game begins, dropping into the low 50s by the time the game ends. That's way above normal. Normal high is 41, so we're way warmer than normal, but in the 50s with rain, it's kind of a chilly situation if you get soaking wet, so you'll want to keep that in mind as you head down to Bengal Stadium. Then by Sunday morning, it looks dry. As we head into Monday, not much going on as we head into Tuesday at 8:40 a.m. Tuesday is New Year's Eve day. And so more rain coming in for New Year's Eve. Now watch, see the blue out here? Right back here, this blue. Okay, we're going to have to pay attention to that. The pink is rain and snow mixed. The blue is some wet snow, and it will be wet snow because it's going to be warm enough. Put this into motion. By the time we get to 7 p.m. New Year's Eve, rain in most areas, so as you're heading out to your New Year's Eve celebration or party, you'll want to take into account that it's going to be wet and slow go. Some spots will begin to, especially from Fayette and Union to Franklin to Decatur, Ripley, Dearborn counties, will be changing over to a mix according to this model. And then watch what happens as we head into the morning of the 1st. The first morning of the new year looks like some wet snow around the area. Now this is 3:50 a.m., so most people are either just getting home or just going to bed after their New Year's celebration. So as we head into the morning hours, it does begin to dry out. But we do have some wet snow in the forecast as we head into the morning of January 1st. All right. Wanted to go back to that. Okay, let's go back to this, go through this one more time really quickly. And there you see, there is the Friday event. So as we head into Saturday, here comes the Saturday rain for the Bengals game. Sunday looks primarily dry. Here is the Tuesday, okay? So this is 8:10 a.m. Tuesday. So Monday looks dry, and then Tuesday looks wet, and then it looks snowy as we head into the morning of the 1st, but wet snow. Okay, and I wanted to keep going on this. And then you can see that there's really not much else that comes our way as we head into the 2nd. But longer range models, which we don't have in this system yet, tell us that it looks like we're going to see colder, unsettled weather from the 3rd and 4th right on through maybe the 10th of the month. So that doesn't reflect that. So this evening, we're looking at 45 right now, dropping off another 4 degrees to 41 by 11 p.m. Overnight, a low of 39. Winds will be nearly calm to light, so not much of a wind chill. And here's what that looks like. Roads will be wet in most areas for the morning, Christmas morning. Cloudy and gray with showers in the area. Temperatures upper 30s to low 40s. Wind chills in the mid 30s. Climate Prediction Center is, again, this is done every single day, Monday through Friday. Now, every single day, 7 days a week. You can see that they have us through the 3rd of January warmer than normal. Now, again, I keep mentioning this. This is an average temperature from the 30th through the 3rd. And so if it stays very warm at the beginning of this time period and gets cold at the end, you may still end up averaging out warmer than normal, but this could end up as some cold weather. Okay, so that's the 6 to 10 day outlook. Here is the 8 to 14 day outlook. It says we go from above normal to near normal with a big cool area to our south and one to our west. And then this came out last Friday. It'll come out again this Friday. Here's what they think is going to happen for the 3 to 4 week outlook, which takes us into the last week of January almost. Cooler than normal over most of the eastern U.S. So as this pattern sets up, bringing us this cooler weather, as it begins to set up, we could have several periods of snow or wet snow and rain mixed, but we could have some unsettled weather. And then as the colder air masses begin to come in out of Canada following the jet stream, we stay cold and we dry out. Now, we're not talking about below zero cold. We're talking about below normal. But overall, it looks like fairly chilly and fairly dry. But the first part of that, like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th that I mentioned, as that pattern sets up, we could see some snow events. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. We're keeping our eye on those days, heading up to the colder weather beginning to move into the tri-state. Well, and they say wetter than normal through the 3rd, about normal through the 7th, and then drier than normal through the 21st. Now, I want to mention this. So what's happening here, those dry, cold air masses come out of Canada. They follow this track, and that's why it's drier than normal here. Notice, though, how they've scooped it out here for the Great Lakes region, because as those high-pressure systems come this way, they circulate in a clockwise manner, so all the wind around those cold high-pressure system blowing right over the lakes, blowing this way over Superior, over Michigan, over Huron, over Erie, over Ontario. All that means this area could have quite a bit of lake effect snowfall as we head into the latter part of January. And that's why there's that scoop out of that particular part. Okay, so here's your 7-day forecast. 39 and 46 for scattered showers for Christmas Day. Okay, Kwanzaa begins on Thursday, a low of 41, a high of 52, with some morning showers and the chance for a sprinkly shower later in the day. Scattered showers on Friday and 52. Saturday for Bengals Saturday, we are looking at temperatures making it up to 57. Now that's like 16 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, so it's a lot warmer than normal, but 57 is not warm if you get soaking wet, so keep that in mind if you're going down to the Bengals game. Okay, so here's a little bit more detail on that. You can see 57 is your tailgating. We're talking about 57 for kickoff and 55 at halftime, so temperatures stay in the 50s, but right now it's looking like it'll be a fairly wet game down at Paycor Stadium. Sunday, a low of 49, a high of 56 with scattered showers, mostly cloudy Monday, a mix of rain and snow on Tuesday. Now, remember, when we give a forecast like this in just two numbers, it looks like Tuesday, of course, is New Year's Eve, so it looks like that rain comes in, and then as we get into the late night hours, it changes over to wet snow for the morning of the 1st, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at beyond the 7-day forecast. We start off here with the first. Notice the low temperature. Here's what I wanted to point out. Okay, we're talking about New Year's Eve. You go out there, it's rain, it changes over to wet snow, and we know it's going to be wet snow, or at least our forecast is for wet snow because the low temperature here, 37 degrees, and it goes back up to 44 on the 1st. So that would give us a period of wet snow, not any ice in that. So it might be wet and a slow go for your celebration or wherever you're going on New Year's Eve, but we're not looking at a major ice event or a major snow event that would be a problem for you. Okay, 32 and 36 for Thursday, the 2nd. Okay, notice the little snowflakes there on the cloud on the 2nd. The morning of the 3rd, we're talking about a low of 29, a high of 36, and it stays in the 30s. Now, this is the part I mentioned, as that cold air pattern that's going to bring us cold air and push all that cold air over the lakes and bring the snowy pattern sets up. As it sets up, we have a chance for some snow from the 4th through the 5th, 6th, 7th, probably 8th, 9th, and 10th also. And so we can't at this point forecast any specific snowstorm, but it does look like a chance for some snow each of these days. The big eyeball is there because we're keeping a very, very close eye on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 14-day temperature graph. And here you have it. High temperatures take a big dive to below normal, so do the low temperatures, and there's that snowy pattern from the 4th through the 7th on this map. So overall, we are again talking about some pretty chilly weather and some pretty active weather as we head from the 1st into the 2nd week of the new year. So your takeaway on this is this. Cooling starts New Year's Eve. Wet snow, rain mix for the morning hours of January 1st, and that could mean on your trip home from your New Year's Eve party. Numerous light rain events through the 31st and then changing over. Christmas and New Year's travel still looks good. I don't see any big problems for your traveling here around the area. Again, the exception to that in the nation is from San Francisco to Portland, Oregon, to Seattle, Washington, and maybe as far south as LA occasionally. It's going to be a slow go and quite trying at times with some events and an atmospheric river slamming onto the west coast. And then again, from the 4th through the 9th, some snow events are possible around the tri-state. Okay, let's see. That takes care of all that. Man, I talked a lot there. Let's go over to the Facebook page here and see what we've got as far as people watching. Okay, well, hey, look, this is the first night I've had only 2 comments so far. Christina Gilpin, Merry Christmas, Steve, and your family from Adams County. Christina, thank you very much. And again, I plan on getting out to Adams County and doing some fall color photography sometime because the pictures I've seen of it is outstanding and just beautiful. So, Christina, Merry Christmas to you and your family. And if I don't talk to you again before the New Year's, Happy New Year. And Michelle Seal says, Merry Christmas. All right. So we have no more comments or anything like that. What I usually do is I go back through the forecast. So I'm going to back up here to the 7-day forecast. We'll go through that, and then we will shut it down because it's Christmas, and I'm going to go eat dinner. So starting with the 7-day forecast, and we'll go to full screen here. All right, so in the 7-day forecast, it's looking like this. We're talking about a low overnight of 39, a high tomorrow for Christmas Day of 46 with scattered showers. Kwanzaa begins Thursday morning. We're looking at 41, 52 the high, so the first day of Kwanzaa, showers. Friday, scattered showers and 52. Bengals Saturday, so used to saying Bengals Sunday, but Bengals Saturday looks wet. Get your rain gear ready for the game. It will be mild, so, but if you get soaking wet and it's in the 50s, you're going to be cold. So 57 for tailgating and kickoff, 55 at halftime. After Saturday, we're looking at scattered showers on Sunday, mostly cloudy Monday, rain and snow mixed for Tuesday. Tuesday is New Year's Eve, so it looks like rain as you head out to your New Year's Eve celebration. And then beyond the 7-day forecast, 37 for the low on Wednesday morning the 1st. Okay, now we have some wet snow coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, so New Year's Eve into the morning of the 1st, and that wet snow won't be the same old thing we've had lately. You know, wet roads because the roads are warm, air temperatures above freezing, so just wet. Any accumulations on bushes, tree limbs, things like that. On the 2nd, Thursday the 2nd, we will see dry weather, it looks like, maybe a few flurries. Dry weather on Friday the 3rd, and then from the 4th through the 10th, of course the 8th, 9th, and 10th, not on this forecast panel, we'll have that chance of snow and cold weather. And then if we look at the 14-day temperature summary, get your furnace ready for some to crank out some heat because we've got a nice warming trend, way above normal for a while, and then dropping to pretty far below normal for both the highs and the lows as we head into the first week of the new year. So that's it. Thank you for joining me. Have yourself a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and stay safe. Travel weather will be great. If you happen to be catching a plane tonight or tomorrow, you're going to go out to the West Coast, you may get delayed, but other than that, the only encounters you'll have is some rain, and it won't be all that heavy either. So Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be doing this again Christmas Eve, or Christmas evening, so Christmas Day evening at 7:15.